In the ancient city of Savatthi, nestled amidst bustling streets and bustling markets, there lived a young woman named Kisa Gautami. Her life, once filled with the laughter of her husband and the joyful cries of her son, was shattered when illness claimed the life of her beloved child. Kisa Gautami's grief knew no bounds. She refused to accept the reality of her son's death, clinging desperately to the hope that he would return to her. Carrying his lifeless body in her arms, she wandered the streets, knocking on doors and pleading with anyone who would listen to help her bring her son back to life. Word of Kisa Gautami's plight reached the ears of the Buddha, a revered teacher known for his wisdom and compassion. Moved by her suffering, the Buddha decided to teach her a profound lesson about the nature of life and death. When Kisa Gautami arrived at the Buddha's monastery, her eyes red from tears and her heart heavy with sorrow, she fell at his feet and implored him to work a miracle. The Buddha, his heart filled with compassion, agreed to help her, but he laid down a condition. "I will bring your son back to life," the Buddha said, "but first, you must bring me a mustard seed from a household that has not experienced death." Filled with hope, Kisa Gautami set out on her quest, clutching her son's lifeless body to her chest. She approached the first house she saw and asked for a mustard seed, explaining the Buddha's condition. The householders, moved by her story, readily offered her a mustard seed but confessed that they too had experienced the pain of death. Undeterred, Kisa Gautami continued her search, knocking on door after door, asking for a mustard seed from a household untouched by death. With each encounter, she listened to the stories of loss and suffering, witnessing the universal nature of human experience. As the day wore on and the shadows lengthened, Kisa Gautami's hope began to wane. She realized that there was no household untouched by death, no family immune to the pain of loss. In that moment of profound realization, a weight lifted from her shoulders, and clarity descended upon her troubled mind. With a heavy heart but a newfound understanding, Kisa Gautami returned to the Buddha, her journey at an end. She laid her son's body at the Buddha's feet and bowed low, ready to receive his teachings. The Buddha, seeing the transformation that had taken place within her, spoke gently, "Kisa Gautami, you have learned a great truth today. Death is a natural part of life, and suffering comes to us all. True peace comes from accepting this truth and finding liberation from attachment and aversion." With these words, Kisa Gautami's heart was filled with a profound sense of peace. She joined the Buddha's community of monks and dedicated herself to the path of wisdom and compassion, sharing her newfound understanding with all who crossed her path. And so, through her journey of grief and realization, Kisa Gautami found not only solace for her own suffering but also the key to liberation from the cycle of birth and death. As Kisa Gautami embraced the teachings of the Buddha, she embarked on a journey of profound transformation. Through her experiences of grief, longing, and ultimately, understanding, she came to embody the timeless truths of Buddhism. In her acceptance of impermanence and the inevitability of suffering, Kisa Gautami discovered a deep sense of peace and liberation. She realized that true happiness does not come from clinging to fleeting pleasures or avoiding pain, but from embracing life in all its complexity with wisdom and compassion. With each step along the path of enlightenment, Kisa Gautami radiated the boundless love and compassion that lies at the heart of the Buddha's teachings. Her story became a testament to the transformative power of mindfulness, kindness, and acceptance. And so, as Kisa Gautami continued her journey, she carried with her the light of the Dharma, illuminating the path for all beings to find freedom from suffering and discover the profound joy that comes from living in harmony with the universe. Finally, the Zen Master team is dedicated to exploring meditation, spiritual growth, life, philosophy, and mindfulness, with the goal of bringing you inner peace and inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications to join us on this enlightening journey. Together, let's cultivate a mind that is both calm and joyful.